Hello everyone and welcome to episode 10 of Cracka. Since it's the 10th episode, I figured what the hell, I'll go out and do a movie review. I know a lot of these movies are old, so, but I haven't reviewed them, so I hope you enjoy. One of the movies I'm going to start off with is one of my personal favorites, The Crow. I recently got it on Blu-ray. I got it on Blu-ray because they're supposed to have a lot of these deleted scenes that weren't in the other DVDs or anything, or the VHS. Ooh, VHS. They do have them, but they don't have an audio track for them, so it's kind of like a collage of deleted scenes, like with the Skull Cowboy and a couple other stuff. Other than that, I mean, I just like the picture quality. It does Brandon Lee justice, and he deserves no less. Brandon Lee he was awesome. He was the Crow. I mean, he just did it. On the rumor department, supposedly they're remaking The Crow with Eric Draven, and originally Bradley Cooper was going to play The Crow, but apparently he turned it down for something else with the devil or something. I kind of would like to see it, but I also don't want to see it because there's certain movies you shouldn't mess with, and The Crow is one of them. Brandon Lee did such an awesome job. You should just leave it alone and make it a classic the way it is. Speaking of The Crow, apparently this DVD is hard to find now, from what I hear. I mean, I've seen a couple spots here and there, but it doesn't come too cheap. The Crow, Stairway to Heaven, with Mark Dacascos. Originally, I was worried. I didn't think it was going to be a good show, but Mark Dacascos, he pulled it off. He was an awesome Eric Draven. He did a great job. It was an awesome show. I loved it. Every episode, I just couldn't wait for the next episode. And originally, the Crow movie itself was supposed to be a trilogy called Stairway to Heaven, where Eric Draven actually has to do specific tasks to get to heaven and with Shelley and everything. And unfortunately, because Brandon Lee passed away on the set, they went a different route, and then they kind of did it justice by making it a series. But it's really cool. It's worth picking up, especially if you're a Crow fan. Moving on to The Green Lantern. This movie apparently didn't do as well as they expected it to do. A lot of people hated it. I mean, my fiance couldn't stand it, and she loves Ryan Reynolds. I personally liked it. I thought it was really cool how they did stuff, and Reynolds was awesome as Hal Jordan. The only thing I didn't like is that they didn't have enough. I didn't think they had enough constructs, like enough things the Ring could make or had him make. But other than that, I mean, it was pretty cool. It was worth it. DC's trying to get off their ass, I guess, instead of just Batman and Superman movies. They're trying to actually add their characters. Because DC, they're getting their butt kicked by Marvel. Marvel is pumping them out, and they're kicking ass. DC does beat Marvel in the animated series departments, though. On the animated movies, DC is kicking Marvel's ass on that second. Except for the Avengers. The new Avengers cartoon, I love that show. I can't wait for the new season. Moving on to Captain America. Actually, I'd probably give a rating on some stuff. The Crow Blu-ray, 10 out of 10. The television series, 10 out of 10. Green Lantern, I'd probably give an 8 out of 10, just because of certain little things that kind of sucked in it. But other than that, I mean, like I said, cool movie. Captain America, I will give a 10 out of 10. Normally, I don't like when they have the same person play different characters. It kind of pisses me off. Because Chris Evans was the Human Torch, who he did perfectly. But he pulled off Captain America. I didn't think he was going to do it, but he did it. He was an awesome Captain America. I love the movie, the way it made you feel like you're actually in the 40s. He pulled it off. It was a cool movie. If you didn't see it, even if you're not a Marvel fan, it's cool. They threw so much stuff in there. It's worth it. Moving on to the next one. Thor. I love Thor. Thor was awesome. They did a perfect job with Thor. Everything you wanted about Thor was in there. I mean, they had a Donald Blake, his alternate identity in there. A little thing, but it was cool. I love how with Captain America and Thor and the other Marvel movies, they tied everything together, and they're still tying everything together. A little bit of a spoiler alert, if you haven't seen it. One of the coolest things in the movie was they introduced Hawkeye. Love Hawkeye. Other than that, I mean, Thor, it was just an awesome movie. Again, even if you're not a fan of Marvel, it's a good movie. It's worth seeing. Moving on to another one of my favorites that apparently they claim didn't do well and a lot of people hated, but Daredevil. Here's the original DVD, and I also got the director's cut on Blu-ray. A lot of people want to know what the difference is. Usually there isn't a lot of a difference. Usually it just depends on just deleted scenes. But the director's cut for Daredevil is totally different. It's almost like an entirely different movie. They took out a lot of stuff on the regular edition from compared to the director's. Director's stuff was cool. It did have a lot of cool things to it. I liked it, but I see why they left it out. You don't really need the stuff in the director's cut to move along the story. So I mean, it's with that one, it's your own preference. I mean, I thought it was cool. I thought Ben Affleck did an awesome job, even though people said it sucked. I liked it. I thought they did great. Moving on to, I guess it would be the video game section of the movies. Mortal Kombat. Love that movie. The original one kicked a lot of ass. The second one blew, even though they had Cyrax, but the movie sucked. The series Conquest, I thought kicked a lot of ass, and as you can see, I got Kristana Loken to sign my copy. Very, very cool series. It was really awesome. I loved everything they did with it. It just sucked that they canceled it so quickly. They had such potential, and now they have the Mortal Kombat Legacy, which is out, which I didn't get on DVD yet, which is another very cool thing. They did a really good job with that, and supposedly they're making a movie about it that's supposed to come out next year. I hope so. I mean, it looks cool, it's promising, and anything is better than that friggin' Annihilation. Oh, man. Moving on to another, I guess, a rumor part of the movies. Speaking of Ryan Reynolds before, supposedly he's doing a Deadpool solo movie, from what I've heard. Apparently Rob Liefeld struck a deal with Marvel, and he's been in negotiations with it. And supposedly it has nothing to do with the one from the Wolverine Origins. Like, it's kind of a new version of Deadpool. Hey, he was awesome as Deadpool. Awesome as Deadpool. Ryan Reynolds, I mean, he's really kicking ass. He's picking everything. The other rumor I heard is that he was in the running to play the Flash, because originally he was supposed to play the Flash for Green Lantern, and they never had a good script. Supposedly they nailed down a script, and he wants to do it, as well as Namor the Submariner. So Ryan Reynolds it looks like he's going to try to corner the market on everybody. Of course, like I said, there are rumors. The other rumor was that Dwayne "The Rock" Johnson was playing Namor. Who knows? Who knows at this point? I mean, Marvel is, I think they're just they're trying to throw as many characters out now as possible, and it could be a mistake, it could be cool. Who knows? You gotta wait and see. Another lovely rumor going around is Ghostbusters 3. Apparently Dan Aykroyd and Harold Ramis came up with a script for it, and I remember I met Ernie Hudson a couple years ago at a convention. He said that he had no idea about it, like no one offered him any kind of a deal. But apparently they offered him a deal now because he's in on it. The only problem was they were trying to lock down Bill Murray, and Bill Murray said he would do it as long as the script was good. They showed him the finished script, and apparently he did not like it. He ripped it up in front of the director and said, pretty much, up yours, I'm not doing it. The script apparently was that the Ghostbusters are now training a new set of Ghostbusters to handle, like, I guess, crazier ghosts. But apparently one part, like I said, if this is true, spoiler alert, apparently Bill Murray was supposed to die at some point and become a ghost. And whether or not they go after him or he helps out, who knows. But that's apparently what pissed off Murray. And who knows. Like I said, Ghostbusters 3 originally was supposed to come out in '97. And apparently it was supposed to have Chris Farley as one of them. But that obviously never happened. And now that Chris Farley passed away, a while ago, that's obviously not going to happen. But who knows? Who knows? You got to wait and see on this stuff. Let's see. One more movie I'd like to review is a classic. Well, not really a classic, but I loved it. I thought it was a funny Steve Martin movie, even though not many people like Steve Martin. Was Roxanne. It's just a sarcastic movie, basically, and it's worth watching. If you can find it in a dollar bin or something, or if it's under $5, it's worth it. Give it a whirl. I hope that everyone had a little bit of a good time with some of these reviews. Of course, if anyone's got anything they want me to review, let me know. I don't mind reviewing it if I have it or if I know anything about it. Until next time, thanks for watching, and I hope you'll watch the future episodes. Later.